What's going on, everyone? It's the Hicksey Nana podcast. Today we are shooting live from the Thompkins backyard. We have a cast of characters today. Let's start from the right to the left. Will, introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Will. I'm just here enjoying my time, ready to talk about some cool stuff today.
Nick.
What's up? I'm Nick. Also going to talk about some cool stuff with Will and the crew.
I'm Craig. Just Craig.
I'm Mike, a.k.a. Young Corn.
Yep.
I'm also Mike, and I'm going to make us all really sad by the end of this podcast.
All right. That is what we are going for. Absolute depression. So let's start with Will. Let's talk about something depressing. Will, this is your last day here in Beacon Falls. Can we just talk about like your favorite moments living in this little small town?
Yeah, tiny town over here.
Well, Beacon Falls is a great town. I'm leaving tomorrow to go School of Infantry for the Marine Corps. But I just want to say that, like, overall in Beacon Falls, great place, great people. I love working at the bar down the road, River's Edge. You should definitely go down there.
Shout out River's Edge.
Yeah, good place. I haven't been there yet, but.
So how do you know if it's good, Dave?
Well, I went there once for some food. We had a party over there, and the catering.
You just said you didn't go there.
Well, I haven't ordered any food from them.
Go ahead, Will.
The catering was good.
So, what I really like about Beacon Falls is it feels very homey. Everyone's pretty good.
It's a small town. Like everyone, not everyone, but most people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Better than Prospect. To the Prospect kids that are listening to this podcast.
Yeah, Nick, you're from Prospect. What do you have to say about that?
Prospect is dope, but I like Beacon Falls. I like Beacon Falls a lot. I'm hanging out here a lot.
All right, so, well, you're an absolute shred god on the bass guitar. We also have Mike Plurk here, also another shred guy on bass guitar. If you guys were to pick up a bass guitar when you both were in your primes, who wins? Mike?
I'm never out of my prime, so probably me.
That is a fact.
Michael
is a killer on the bass.
Thank you. Will's good, though. He used to play Metallica for me in Mr. Lewis's guitar class. Rest in peace, Mr. Lewis. Yeah. He was... I wanted to be more like Will when I saw him play bass for the first time.
That's a pretty big compliment, but if you really think about it, Mike Plord, he's got the drive, he had the time to just really put in the hours. I was a pretty inexperienced bass player compared to him, because most of the time I was just working, and, Mike Plord just has that drive to play bass all the time.
I think it's the first time I actually heard Mike Plurk being called driven. Most of the time it's the other way around.
I mean, when I first heard Will play the bass, I think he played Schism by Tool once.
Oh, Schism.
And that got me moist a little bit. I was...
Where, David?
All
right.
But...
Dave, you really have to stop today. Yeah. Jesus. So, now, Will, you obviously dropped the bass. And you focused all your attention on the military. What got you into the military in the first place? Or what made you want to join?
When I was young, I was just like, damn, that's pretty cool. So I just thought it was like a dope thing to do. But as I got older, I kind of thought about things more. It's cool to serve your country. It's definitely good to give back to the community. And then I chose the Marine Corps because one day I went to work out with them, and I realized that they're the most hardcore, and they always work on improving themselves, and other branches don't really care that much about striving to be the best. Mm-hmm. And in the Marine Corps, it's always a competitive environment. So that's kind of why I chose that path. And school just wasn't for me. I was kind of an idiot and never did my work. So.
Yeah, we were all there. We all did it. All right, so since this is Will's last day in Beacon Falls, and we're probably not going to see him in the flesh for another 2 years, let's just all go around here and let's say something good about Will. Nick, you start.
Well, Will's like another brother to me, honestly. I don't know. It sucked for the 3 months that he was gone. Went to his graduation. I was pretty sick, but a lot of fun there. I don't know. It's really going to suck I don't know. He kind of brings the crew together. He's a real go-getter. He's an initiator. He's a doer, and I commend that highly. And,
Wow. That's just pretty emotional words there by Nick Johnson. All right, Craig, you gotta one up that.
You know, I've known Will for 12 years. We had Mr. Pino's first grade class together.
Mr. Pino, I remember her.
We were, he was like my big friend in that class. We sat together at lunch and he gave me peanuts. No, I gave him peanuts and he gave me pancakes.
Yes.
I was a real businessman back in the day. Will was just an idiot, but it's sad to see him go. I'm gonna have to go to Iraq and try and fight him.
You going to Iraq?
It may be a possibility. It depends on what happens within the next couple of months. Right now, I just go to North Carolina though for school.
All right. Okay. Well, Mike, you're Will's brother, so I'm expecting something pretty good right now.
Will's like a brother to me. I've known him for like 18 years. It's fucking crazy. He's the best guy I know.
Mike, a man of very little words, but the words he does say, they make an impact.
Oh, big time. I mean, Mike is just the greatest, but, it's going to be really emotional here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tearing up. What about you, Mike? Other Mike?
I haven't known Will for that long. It's only been about 3 years. But in that time, he's a real stand-up guy. He'd give you the shirt off his back, maybe. And he's just a lady killer.
Hey, that's one thing. I remember when I first met Will, when we were jamming with the old Treehouse of B Squad.
Don't want to talk about that. Jesus.
Well, I am. So, first time I ever met Will, I was like, this guy's really, really, really quiet. But something about those quiet kids, I don't know. I feel like those are the ones that really attract the ladies. Anyone? Can anyone back me up on that?
Good Christian.
Good
Yeah,
Christian.
I'm a good Christian.
Oh, cool.
I would never do anything to mess around, but
If you
yeah.
yeah.
That's all I gotta say on that one. Jesus comes first for me. Ladies probably like fourth on the list.
Damn.
So Marine Corps, Jesus, and money.
You put the Marine Corps above Jesus?
Yeah.
Wow.
They pay me.
Without them, I wouldn't have food. So.
Absolute pure facts coming out of Will Thompkins. Kelvin, you have anything to say? I forgot you were here.
I'm going to be better than Craig at pole vault.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, shout out Siri. Also wanted to say something, but fuck you. What was that?
I'm going to be better than Craig at pole vault.
That's got nothing to do with Will. Why did we invite you, Kelvin?
Out together once.
Yeah, that was a good time. It was an intense workout, and I respect all that you do, Will.
Changing subjects here.
Oh, you skipped me. All right.
Oh, Dave. I'm sorry, Dave. I completely forgot you were here. You want to say something?
Yeah. Again, I'm on the same boat as Mike here. I have known Will for a very little time, but, the times I've got to meet him and hung out with him, I mean, this guy is just, again, like you said, lady killer, funny, really quiet but funny, silent but deadly. That's what he is. And, you're going to be missed a lot, man. That's all I got to say.
Wow. I'm glad I didn't skip you, Dave. I'm glad you said something. I'm glad you spoke up. All right, so changing subjects here. Mike Blur, what's up?
Nothing. I'm just doing this podcast.
All right, Mike. So everyone wanted to talk about because you're going to be, I believe you're going to criminal justice, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I am.
And Mike Blur, you've been, I don't know, what's the word to use? You have smoked marijuana in the past.
Very regularly for about 3 years.
Should I not say that?
I don't know.
Oh, the cops are right. Yeah, that's another thing. Will lives right next to the police station. But Mike,
Public record,
yeah, public record. Is this okay? I don't think we're in that much trouble.
No, they can't get me on anything that they can't see.
All right, so Mike, when you join the police academy, you're trying to slowly work your way off it, right?
Well, I'm definitely never gonna join the police academy, but I guess I'm pretty clean now. can't smoke.
Talk about like that transitional period. How difficult it was. And just basically just start from the beginning.
All right. So I got corrupted when I was about 15, and then I just smoked a lot of pot, and then for 3 years I didn't know how to function because I was growing up smoking weed, and then I went to college, and then I realized that you can't do that every day. So don't do drugs, kids. Just drink.
I mean, that's pretty good advice, right, Dave?
Hey, I would say so myself. I'm gonna take that advice and use it for my life. Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I think that about. I don't know. Shut up, Mike. Anyone want to say? Let's also do the same thing what we did with Will. Let's do the same thing. Let's just give Mike some support here. Go ahead, Will.
So, like Mike said before, I didn't really know him for that long, but I did meet him when he was, smoking the devil's lettuce every once in a while. And I'll say there's a pretty big change in him. He lost a lot of weight. He was working out a lot, and he was just. He was putting in work after he stopped, which I think is a pretty healthy thing to do, so I give him props for that. That's pretty much all I got on that one.
Mike Plord is probably one of my, closest friends. I've known Mike Plord for, I don't know, a really long time, since we were freshmen in high school. We're juniors in college now, so that's pretty long time. I don't know. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met. I trust him with everything, and he's a really good bass player. I can't say enough nice things about him. He's just like a great guy all around, and I'm always gonna have his back no matter what.
Thanks, Nick. Go ahead, Craig. I'm gonna say
I don't even know how long I've known Mike for. Wasn't that long, but pretty cool guy. I knew him when he was a little thicker, but it's very nice to see him lose all that weight. Seems very healthy now, especially that he's off the dope.
Mike Plord is one of the friendliest guys I know.
Agreed.
And he really likes dogs. So
That's
that's
true.
that's a good trait.
Dave, anything you want to say about Mike Plurg?
Again, I'm in the same boat as some of these people here. I've known Mike for a really little time, like even much little time than Will. But again, he's a cool guy. Again, tremendous bass player, and good on you. Kicking the habit. Hey, if you want to lose more weight, I'm the guy. Jeff Cavalier, AthleanX.com. That's what I go for. I could teach you some skills there.
Plug it. Plug.
Yeah. Shout out to Jeff Cavalier, AthleanX.
Might want to sponsor us.
Yeah, you might want to sponsor us. So that's all I got.
What I have to say about Mike Plurg, the first time I ever met Mike Plurg was at Oliver's Supermarket. He was the guy who, when I first walked in, was the kid who trained me. And the first time I ever saw Mike, I'd never recognized him at school or anything. So I remember going out, like, bringing people's groceries out and being like, oh, we go to the same school? It's like, do you go to the after-school program? And Mike's like, no, we go to the, I'm normal. I was like, oh. So I just hadn't seen him. But since that very moment, Mike Plurg and I have developed quite the relationship, both in Oliver's and out.
Yes.
And I was gonna say, Mike is probably one of the nicest kids. One of the guys that every single time I walk in Oliver to see Mike, I'm like, it's gonna be a good day because, again, Mike's one of the nicest guys, and I'm happy that he's making this transitional period in his life, and I wish him only the best. So we're about almost 15 minutes in now. You guys want to say any last words?
I just want to say thank you for having us all on the podcast. It was a pretty short notice. Called you up and you showed up in like 5 minutes, so that's pretty lit. Pretty glad to be here. I hope when I come back we can do this again and you guys will be famous as hell, have a good time. It'll be dope.
Right, like he said, in 2 years when he gets back, we'll have a great podcast. Will have a ton of great stories, and I'd love to hear them.
When Will gets back, I'll be waiting to hear the
prostitute stories because you know you have to have them when you join the military. Chuck has them. You know, get those.
Our boy Matt Chiquino had him. He had a good story. He's actually wanted in Colombia, if I'm not mistaken.
Very nice, but I await his return eagerly.
I ain't got not much to say.
That's a surprise.
I'm sorry, what are we saying right now?
Our last words.
Our last words. Well, this was a blast.
Want to plug? If you want to plug anything, let's go right ahead.
Check out Mandala CT on Spotify.
Shout out to our boy Chris Desiderio. Absolutely shred guy. Kelvin?
I haven't really known Will for that long, but I'm gonna miss him.
What? Okay, go ahead.
You know, Will, I'm really gonna miss you a lot, man. Like, low-key, I may cry. Probably not, though, because I have no emotions, but you're gonna be missed a lot in this town of ours here. So, good luck with everything, man.
All right, that's it. Peace.